It looks like Curtis is muted somehow for some inexplicable reason. But welcome to the Orange Conference Academy League Conference Finals. As we'll get Curtis plugged in here momentarily. The Outlaws and the Flames getting set to renew hostilities after last season saw the Flames get through the Outlaws in a 4-game sweep. Curtis, do we have you back yet? Nope. All right. In that case, I'll just carry on for production here, as it's not a scuff stream unless Jay's involved in it. Oh, a little bit of history between these teams. The Flames looking to defend their title, the reigning Academy League champions. They swept the Spartans in the MLE Championship Series last season. They also swept this Outlaws franchise in this very matchup, a 4-0 romp towards their MLE Championship appearance. And the Outlaws, the Season 8 Foundation League champions, also Season 8 Academy League champions, if my history serves me right. So looking to find a way back through to a championship round as we get set for this one.
Simple.
Looking at the rosters. Hey, finally. Curtis is back. We plugged him in.
Yep, finally. It's amazing what happens when you change mic week to week and realize that vMix doesn't actually keep the microphone setting that everything else does on the computer. That's fine. Welcome in, guys. Hey, Jay, nice intro. We're just about ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I think we're ready to go, as technical difficulties are a staple here at MLE. Quick roster notes for the Flames. Vague coming into the roster this week is DV2890 ranking out after last week's series. He'll be playing alongside Bippers today. For the Outlaws, it's Pavic and Slappy taking to the field. Slappy, 10th highest player by MVP rating in all of Academy League.
We are ready to go, though. It is a rematch of the Season 9 Orange Conference Final. The Flames, the reigning and defending Academy League champions, they look to try to defend their crown in the championship, but they got to get through the Outlaws, and we are underway. It's immediately going to go in front of the Outlaws net. Bipper's going to try to follow this up. Slappy up the sidewall in his own end, has to be careful with it, gets one off the nose, continues to flip towards it, puts it back to mid, shot towards the net just wide of that right post. We're 18 seconds in. Still scoreless. Outlaws trying to set something up, but that's handled fairly simply by Vague, but the Outlaws keeping the offensive rotations afoot as they try to set up on the offensive side for the first minute of this game.
Flames doing well controlling the play. Even though they're under a lot of pressure early by the Outlaws, they're not out of rotation, and that's the type of play that you like to see early on. Not giving up a ton of great chances, just keeping enough presence in your own zone, not letting the good shots come out, and then taking your counterattacks when they appear.
That's going to be top of the box. Slappy is going to be equal to this, though, right past Bippers towards the post. He's going to have to work this towards the middle. In comes Pavic to try to finish it off. That's going to be a return to sender. Bippers the other way. It's a 2-on-0. Ball to net. Bippers with a pass in front, but that is Vague, who gets removed from play, and Slappy has the clear, at least initially, but the Outlaws have to make another save. Over the head of one. Flames are covering their own end for the time being. Slappy coming in off the hard wall, and it's right out top of the box to Pavic. He can't put it on target as we play a minute 30 in. Still scoreless. Neither team can really find the accuracy on their shots. Both have had decent chances as that gets cleared back out to midfield.
A little bit of quick gameplay between these teams as the chances coming fast and furious on both sides at both ends of the field as Bippers puts one high. Vague is up real early, but Pavic climbs the ladder up the backboard to take that one away. You see a lot more of that confident aerial play in this level compared to Foundation League that you were watching earlier in the stream. These guys in the mid-diamond, low champ ranks of the ranked Rocket League ecosystem here. So you'll see a little bit more mechanical play, but the decision-making sometimes might be what's lacking here as Slappy just taps that one off of the orange goalpost.
Yeah, sometimes with the aerial confidence comes a little bit of aerial ignorance at times as well, so we'll see if they can minimize that a little bit. This is going to be hard off the sidewall. Pavic, right wing side, going to try to carry this towards the goal line. Doesn't get it past Bippers. Left wing side, Flames get the clear as Bippers has a second touch, but it's right to Slappy. But the Flames continue to keep possession. That's going to bounce in front. Got to make those, and they do. Bippers gets the first goal on the board towards halftime in game one.
Loose touch by Slappy, leaves it open for Bippers to take that shot. Pavic's rotating, had the right idea, but didn't quite get the line of the ball right. Might have had a better chance going up onto the backboard to try and tip that one away. The Flames, they wait for their chance. They tap it in the open net. And they strike first here in game one.
6 seconds away from halftime in that game one. Outlaws going to try to get us back even again. It's Slappy going up off the top. In front, Pavic can't get there. Bippers might have a runner. He doesn't have a ton of boost with him, and Slappy's going to take it across ways, side to side, wall to wall, and the Outlaws will keep possession for the time being. 50 taken and essentially won by Vague as he gets it into his own corner. Bipper's going to work on an infield pass for Vague. Vague towards the net. Takes the Outlaws out of rotation. Slappy has possession. Gets challenged at midfield, down to Pavic. Pavic towards the Flames net, off the hood of one. Bippers off his own back wall. Slappy keeps it in the corner. Back towards midfield they go. Good turn in by Pavic. He'll try to keep it in the Outlaws' side. Off the post and away as Bippers will be responsible with that and get it towards midfield. Still 1-0 Flames. Pavic towards the sidewall. Hits the ramp. We'll try to give it a follow here. Hard off the back wall. Coming in is Slappy. Needs to try to turn away from this now as he'll have to go up his own back wall to play it defensively. Flames aggressive on the counterattack chances as they try to really catch the Outlaws over-rotating in the offensive end. That's going to be a problem, though, for the Flames as they couldn't get back to their own net in time, and Slappy ties the game.
Slappy carries this one backward to midfield. Pavic diving in, looking for the one-timer. Doesn't quite get any of that, but Slappy had done enough to carry that clean over top of both Flames players to control it into space on the Flames field. Taps it into the open cage, and it's a tie game.
We have 77 seconds left in game number one. Vague gonna miss this, set up the Outlaws with a chance. That's on target. Bippers is there as well. He'll take that one aside. Still there for Pavic. Flames need a second save. That's going to be a long, hard boomer downfield. Hard off the back. Chance in front. They score. Give the Flames a 2-1 lead as Vague puts them in front.
Big boomer by the Flames as that one goes off of Bippers through Vague off the backboard hard. Slappy doesn't get the read on that, and it ends up on the nose of the Fennec for Vague Visions. And it's a 2-1 game now for the Flames.
Exactly 60 seconds left in this first game. This is a best-of-7 series for the right to move into the Season 10 MLE Championships for the Academy League. Vague is going to get that challenge, go to the top of the box. Bippers puts it past one, but not past two. Well read by Slappy. He'll have the second touch. Challenge at midfield, puts it up the sidewall, but the Outlaws still in control. Off the nose, hard off the back. Coming in is Pavic. He's not going to get there as Slappy tried to set him up in the middle. Flames have a 2v1 back the other side. That's a big play. Midfield could set up the Outlaws here. Slappy trying to get there. Keeps it in their possession. Pavic in front, off the post. Slappy, turn in, takes a shot just wide of that right post with 20 seconds left. They're trying to tie the game. Vague, gonna try to get it past midfield. Loses the challenge, gets him sent back towards his end. Outlaws have the ball in their possession. That goes off the side. Bippers in the corner, trying to get this towards midfield and waste more time. Pavic gets it past one, needs a little help from Slappy. That's going to bounce in front. Pavic is there, needs it, it's going to get saved. Bippers with the save, and they will take game one as they, I think, survive is the correct term with that last 10 seconds of play.
It wasn't pretty, it wasn't the cleanest Rocket League, but it was effective and it got the Flames there as a last-minute stand from corner to corner back towards that orange net was just enough to keep that ball away from the Outlaws and away from the orange net.
That was a big-time play from a big-time player in the Flames. They try to repeat as Academy League champions. They are not making things easy on themselves. A 2-1 close win in game one. At least they got the first step done. 3 more wins required to be able to defend their crown. The Outlaws on the other side, though, took them a little bit to get going, Jay, but neither team for the first 2 minutes of this game had any designs on hitting the net with any of their chances.
No, the Outlaws peppering the orange back wall with a lot of early pressure, but the Flames, the rotation was really well positioned to kind of absorb that pressure and then counter once they had the opportunity, forcing the Outlaws back into rotation. Looked a little bit scrambly at times. The only thing that really didn't work for the Flames was that their ability to convert that counterattack into real chances. They got outshot 9-6 by the Outlaws on this one, and only 3 saves for each team just shows that the Outlaws really need to pull their shots on target if they want to try and get a little bit more success here as they get back into this best of 7.
A lot of 50s in front of the Flames net that went into the corner, just able to keep possession in the offensive end, but not really put it in frame. That was the big Outlaws downfall in game one. We'll see if they can fix it game two. Scoring chances galore game one. Will we see a tighter defensive battle, or will we see more of the same, possibly with more goals? Let's find out. Game two about to get underway. If you guys are just joining us, this is the Academy League Orange Conference Final. We'll have the Blue Conference in just a little bit of time. After this one is done, Bippers going to immediately start things off in the offensive end. Vague is there. Bippers will wait. Go off the wall, gets the pinch. That's going to bounce in front for Vague. Vague is there. They score. Bar down from 2 feet out. It's a 1-0 lead.
What a pre-jump by Bippers to get up, to meet that ball on the sideboards, gets a great pinch out in front, and has Pavek all kinds of confused, and Vague just waits on the doorstep, goes Bardowski's and in, and the Flames, they carry on to game 2 real strong. It's a 1-0 game.
13 seconds into game 2, good start. Bippers towards the Outlaws net, going to try to follow up the back wall. Try to work it into the middle, that's going to go off the nose, down to Vague. That's not going to go. It'll get sent back the other way. Pavek has a chance in the middle. Infield pass is a good one, and Slappy's there to put it home. It's a tie game.
Trying to get goal side of Slappy was Bippers, excuse me, and did get goal side, but Slappy just fought that challenge off long enough to jump over and get contact on that loose ball. And unfortunately for the Flames, that transition real strong right now for the Outlaws. They catch him through midfield and tie the game.
As someone who's way better at positioning than I am, do you want Bippers in a different spot there? He kind of had the inside, but if he touches it, it's a goal anyway.
No, it just needs to be a little bit more strong on that challenge. It needs to do a little bit more pushing towards Slappy's car to get that outside. It's a tough line to take, but it's still an important one. You still have to try to push that car outside and get them away from the line to goal.
Bippers going to take this play into the offensive end. Slappy in that corner. Loses the chase to the ball. It's going to bounce in front. Vega's there. Needs it. Got it. Flames have the lead again. We've played a minute in game 2.
Pavek twice now off the backboard, struggling to get the reads correct there as it's a slow one-hopper to the near post, goes up and over Pavek, who knew they needed to clear that one away, but the Flames circle their wagons at the front of the black net there and put it home. Take the lead right back.
106 into game number 2. This is going to bounce towards the middle. Pavek is going to wait. Tried the catch, ends up putting it into the Flames quarter right to Bippers, and he sends it all the way back from whence it came. Bippers still a chance in front. It's going to change up off the back wall. Pavek going to try to keep it. And that's not going to go. This will bounce in front. That's far side, and that's going to be off the post. Very close. Still a chance in front, and Vague finally able to finish the job. The Flames have a 2-goal lead.
The Outlaws really struggling to clear their back wall here. Slappy goes up, needed to tip that one away. Pavek desperately tries to come back for that one as it takes a great hop off of the inside post, straight out in front for Vague, who pulls the e-brake, spins on that one, and gets the 3-1 lead on the board for the Flames.
4 of a kind, 3:33 with a 3-1 lead, and immediately the Outlaws come back to put a goal on the board. It's 3-2.
Strong response for the Outlaws on this one as it's a great face-off by Slappy. Puts that ball into the infield, essentially behind Bippers, who looked like they wanted to cheat. Turn back for boost, and the next thing you know, the Outlaws are all over that ball, and it's into an open net.
Well, I mean, if there was ever going to be a competitive series, 1 goal, usually the average differential. That's going to be a defensive mind game on part of Vague. Gets the flick over midfield. It's right at Slappy. Slappy going to go towards the post. He'll miss it in the corner. Pavek tries to keep it with him. It's going to bounce off the intersection, eventually come down onto the nose of Slappy, who puts it deep. It's going to bounce in front. Pavek still in the area, going to try to lurk towards the net this time. Gets the demo, but not the ball. Still 2v1. Finally, the respawn happens. Bippers gets it clear from the back line and sends it back to midfield, where the Outlaws will give chase.
Huge chance missed for the Outlaws on that one. Not sure how Pavek ended up getting the player instead of the ball along that back line there, as it went right across the gaping cage for the orange team, and unfortunately for the team in the black with the red trim right now, that's a big chance that they've lost.
Ooh, that's a chance towards the net, and the Outlaws have come back to tie the game up. Good placement by Slappy on that shot.
Good patience as well. Knows there's no challenge on that. Just waits for it to come down. Catches it on the upswing on that bounce. And just floats it under the bar, out of the reach of Bippers. And all of a sudden, the Outlaws from 3-1 down, 3-3 at halftime.
Yeah, exactly. 6 combined goals, on pace for a solid 12 in this game. If either of these teams have anything to say about it, this will bounce off the corner. Flames with a couple of touches off that corner wall. Up is Vague. It'll fly over him. Now it's a 2v1. Outlaws have a legitimate chance here. Slappy towards the net. It's going to go hard off the corner wall. Pavek will wait at midfield. No challenge coming. He'll wait patiently. Up off the nose, but Bippers there first. Slappy puts it in front of his own net. That's a cardinal sin. Vague is going to try to make him pay, and he will. Flames with the lead again. It's 4-3.
The first touch was fine, but it bounces a little too far. Slappy then panics at that, recognizing there's probably a challenge coming, but it came later than expected. Vague just outweighting the Outlaws' mistake on the goal line, and it's a 4-3 lead now for the Flames.
You 100% don't want to see the face of the Outlaws defender there. Slappy going to try to take a play here into the offensive end. Gets the redirect, but not a lot on it. Havoc in that offensive corner will try to work it into the mid. That bounces off the back wall, but read well by Bippers. He'll take this one towards the near side wall. Gonna bounce in front. Right there! Scores! Havoc waits patiently up in the air to put that one home, and we're tied again.
This ball is very tough to defend at this skill level, as it needs an aggressive play up the backboard to cut that one out before it gets into the frame of goal. Because once it's there, it's such an easier read for the player coming in towards the backboard when you're stuck in net as a defender. The Flames, unfortunately, they leave the backboard shot open, and it's tied again at 4.
106 seconds left in game number 2. Flames with a 1-0 lead, trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead in this best of 7. Outlaws trying to tie the series up. Vague has the second touch, has the third touch, but it's taken by Slappy, well read. Now it's a 2v1 the other way. That's not going to be in time for the Flames to get back, and the Outlaws have come all the way back to take the lead.
Great interception by Slappy on Vague at the midfield. Bippers trying to cut that off on the sideboard, unfortunately leaves the shooting lane wide open, and Slappy head up recognizes that, cuts that inside to the back post. And the Outlaws now 5-4 in the lead.
Now 86 seconds left in game 2. 9 combined goals, in this game 2. That'll come down near the midfield line. Off the nose of one. Vega's going to follow it into the offensive corner. Gets the chip play in front. Slappy gets the one touch. Bippers towards the net. It's accurate, but it's right at Havoc. Flames still with a chance. Up and over one. Slappy with a save. Good work defensively. It's not in frame, but the Flames still have possession, but not for long. Slappy going to try to follow this. It's right at Vague, who's trying to wait on it. Slappy gets the play off the back, looking for a double touch, and the Flames bump into each other with a little help from the Outlaws. Still may be able to make this work. Nice save in front, and Slappy can turn this. He has an open cage in front of him. Puts it in front. They score. 44 seconds to go. It's a 2-goal lead.
Unfortunately for the Flames, both players ending up in the Outlaws' net. No one's there to challenge that loose ball at the top of the box, and Slappy sweeps in, takes it home to the house, and a 2-goal lead for the Outlaws as they look to tie the set.
Don't look now. 44 ticks left. Flames can and have scored 2 in a row in this series. They need to do so to evade a series tie at this point. Havoc going to put this at the back wall. Flames with the dribble play. Chance for Vague. Hard towards the back. Slappy with the initial save. Boost missed by Vague on the rotation out. Back towards midfield. Into midfield. Havoc going to wait. Towards the back wall, bounces in front. Real big problem for the Flames. Havoc is going to make him pay, and that'll ice game 2. The Outlaws are going to tie the series.
Both the Flames on the retreat got stuck way in their back corner. Bippers couldn't get a clean challenge on that ball, and Havoc's disruption on the goal line enough to do the job. Gets the goal for the efforts as well, and this one pretty much wrapped up. It's going to be a 1-1 game.
17 ticks left, and the Outlaws did what they more or less could not do in game 1, and that's take advantage of the chances that they were given. Much more opportunistic in this game 2. The Flames really caught on their back heels a bit, which is not something they'll readily admit, but it certainly looked that way on the gameplay, as this will be off the corner wall. It'll hit the ground. The Outlaws are going to take game 2 convincingly. 11 combined goals, a 7-4 final score.
It was a real strong second half of this game for the Outlaws. They went into the halftime point at 3-3 after being 3-1 down to the Flames the start of this one. Vague with all 4 goals on 7 shots. Bippers coming in with a couple of helpers as well. But you expect a little bit more out of Bippers, and the team play here led Academy League in assists per game at 1.4 per game. And the solo goals we're starting to see out of the Flames on this one might be kind of a sign to come, as the Outlaws get the pressure going. 10 shots, 7 of them into the back of the orange cage.
Yeah, Bippers, I mean, we didn't see a lot of him this particular game. We saw more of him in game 1. Do you think that was more of an effort of the Outlaws neutralizing him, or just the way the game went, the game flow didn't support Bippers being able to take over in his strengths?
There's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It felt as the game got into it, the Outlaws started to play a little bit stronger at midfield. They started to kind of play around Bippers a little bit, who for whatever reason, ended up kind of out of sync with Vague on the rotations. There were a number of opportunities, I think, where the Flames could have broken their rotation a little earlier and possibly gotten themselves into better defensive positions. And unfortunately, that last goal was kind of an example of that double commit in the corner, got awkward. Outlaws just outweighted them.
Fair enough. A little bit of patience goes a long way. We'll see if we see more of that from the Outlaws or if the Flames can adjust. It's a 1-1 series tie in this best of 7. Both teams fighting for a spot in the Academy League championship game or championship series next weekend here on this very channel. We're ready to go with game number 3. We'll see what it has in store. We are underway again. It's Vague and Pavic going for the kick initially. This will go immediately towards that orange net. Flames have to play defense immediately, and Bippers is equal to it. He'll get it back across midfield, but right to Slapping. The Outlaws send it right back in where they can chip and chase. 16 seconds in. Outlaws still with a lot of possession, not a lot of action happening in that dark end at the moment. Slappy has to give chase in his own corner now, as they are able to get the clear. That'll bounce off the near side corner. Shot off the post, right in front. Vague can't hit the net. Still there for Bippers. He's going to find a way to put it home. 34 seconds in, it's 1-0.
Couple of cracks at this one as the first play by Bippers put Slappy in a really awkward spot at that near post, and then a huge bump as well. Pavic drilling their teammate across to try and make a save. And the Flames, they get enough contact on that top of the box, it'll roll in. And the Flames scoring first in all of the games so far in the series.
Vague is going to try to wait on this. He will. Slappy is going to make things difficult for him. It'll get back towards midfield, but no further. Pavic, right wing side. There is Slappy. Pavic with the open net's going to find a way to put that one home. 38 seconds in, we are 1-1.
Good strong challenge by Slappy. Recognized that Vague was struggling to get a line on that ball, covered it off with the hitbox, and Pavic aggressively turns. If that 50 doesn't go the way of the Outlaws, it's a 2-on-0 for the Flames, but it works out for them. They get their equalizer.
48 seconds in, 1-1 game. Immediate stop at midfield. The Flames trying to outweight the Outlaws off that kickoff play. Vague down towards Bippers. That's going to be hard off the sidewall. Pavic is there. He's going to put this hard off the Flames corner. Looking for a second touch. He's going to miss that. Slappy is a little bit too far forward. Still might be able to make it work. It's in front of the Flames net, but now it's a 2v1 back the other way as the Outlaws will give chase and grab boosts in their own side. That's across midfield. Pavic, net to shoot at. Is he going to be able to turn this? He does, but it's a nice save as well. Vague got there just in the nick of time to take it out of frame.
The Outlaws had that runner the other way, got it to the goal line, but a little bit wide in that turn. It was a little predictable out of Pavic. It allowed Vague to get the read on that, really did well to turn around behind that ball, kept the patience as well to get it around and away from goal.
3:16 to go. Slappy plays this off his own back wall. Works it as a clear. It's caught by Vague. Bipper's going to give chase on the sidewall. Off the top of the card, Bippers wins the challenge. That's going to be hard off the back. Vague coming in. He's up in the air. That might be a problem for the Flames. It's going to bounce back towards their net. Pavic is there. The turn, the fire, the score. 2-1 Outlaws as they come back to take the lead.
The Flames made this into a problem for themselves as Bippers, uncontested, punts that off the sideboard straight for Pavic, who did a great job following the play up. It was kind of a lost cause for a second there as it bounced at midfield, but the pressure out of the Outlaws, they force a mistake out of the Flames, and they get themselves ahead by a goal.
Just over 2 minutes gone in Game 3 in a 1-1 series tie. Pavic's going to get this over midfield. It's a 2v1. Outlaws trying to take advantage, trying to turn this, and doing so is Slappy, but he's not able to put it in frame. That was close. Not able to get it done. Pavic keeping the pressure alive. Bippers in his own corner. No challenge coming yet. Demo inside the orange net, and the Flames take control at midfield. Bippers then loses it immediately as it gets sent back into his corner. Just outside of frame. Right at the nose of Slappy, who keeps it in. Pavic gets the pinch. It's going to bounce off the intersection straight down on top of Bippers. He'll play it off the sidewall. Gets the possession play across ways, corner to corner, side to side. Flames with the play. The flip at the ball is not a good one. Bippers going to have to bail him out, and he will do so. Then he'll give it a follow. Has Vague in the middle. Good infield pass, but a little bit too far behind Vague. That's a problem. Ends up being a pass itself. Pavic missed the touch he needed to put that one at the net. That's an opportunity gone by for the Outlaws.
Couple of plays by the Flames, leaving possession loose in spots where it almost looks tempting to go for, but better judgment out of Vague to not go for that one, leaves the opportunity gone for the Flames. And then conversely, in rotation, big struggles for the Flames right now, I think, to find boost, to find good touches of the ball. They're letting the Outlaws finish their rotations. They're not putting them under pressure here, as that one by Vague off the clear by Pavic just falls loose. Still not a ton of pressure, and you can see Bippers again out of boost on that. Shouldn't be a continued chance. It is, though. Near post shot, tipped away by Pavic.
About 75 seconds left in this game 3. Outlaws still with a 2-1 lead. That's going to be hard towards the Flames. That's a problem for the boys in orange. Pavic has given the Outlaws a 2-goal advantage.
Bippers doing everything they could to try and tip that away, and then turned back in, kind of cut Vague off on the rotation a little bit there, and the line back to the net, they couldn't ever find a way to clear that one away, and the Outlaws from the parking lot put themselves up by 2.
1:11 left to go in a 3-1 game. 4 of a kind on the board. What do you have? Bippers up the sidewall, ends up with a pass into the middle for Vague. Vague got to hit this. They need it. They got it. Get them back to within a goal. It's 3-2.
Nice passing play out of Bippers here. You can see why they led the league in assists, as that one's just lobbed out, perfectly positioned for Vague to get onto. Catches Pavic coming off across the face of goal, bounces up and over into the cage on the dark side of Manfield Knight. And it's all of a sudden a 1-0 game with plenty of time on the clock.
Talk about team plays. Both members of the Flames, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, and then 3-2 shots in favor of Bippers. That's going to be hard off the defensive post. Flames nearly put it in their own net, but they don't pay for it here. That's in front. Pavic will make sure they do eventually, and it's a 2-goal advantage again.
It's inevitable sometimes if you don't clear your net effectively, and Vague couldn't get the touch away from Slappy. The pressure out of the Outlaws just enough to keep that ball alive in the midfield in front of the orange net. Pavic jumping on top of that one, restoring the 2-goal lead.
48 seconds on the clock. Flames again in a position where they need a quick goal. Outlaws trying to take a 2-1 series lead. Chance for Vague. Vague has the play. Ground pinch is good, but not great. And Bippers will get this sent back into the defensive end. Vague waiting patiently. He will turn on this. Pinch play will send it into the defensive corner. 36 left in game 3. Across midfield, no further. Pavic is there. He's going to try to work this towards the net. Down is Vague. Vague gets the play to get it back to midfield, looking for a second touch. He's going to miss that opportunity. Back towards the other way. Bippers needs contact. Hard off the corner wall. In comes Pavic, plenty of time taken up off the clock. He's going to try to add one more. Off the back slap, he's there. Turn, fire, score. The Outlaws are going to ice game number 3.
The desperation out of the Flames, enough to do them in here, as both Flames players going up to try and take the challenge on Pavic to clear that ball away before it hits the backboard. It won't matter, though. Pops down in front for Slappy as Pavic gets it over both orange players, and the Outlaws marching through game 3 to take a 2-1 lead in the series.
Hard to say the Outlaws haven't exactly woken up, because the Flames, how they were doing pretty well first game. Seems like the defensive battles are working in the Flames' favor. But the moment things start get loose and goals start going in on both ends, the Outlaws have the advantage.
The Flames' rotation, I talked about it a little bit after game 2. It left a lot to be desired. This game was almost more of the same, as they got their wires crossed quite a bit coming through midfield, ended up in the same zone of control, essentially, a lot of cases. Didn't really have the ability to get the ball clear as a result. There was no support on the first clear, which was often blocked by a well-positioned Outlaws player. So you want to see the Flames, if they're going to come back and tie this series up at 2, they need to take a step back out of each other's faces themselves and just dial it down a little bit. Give yourself the space to play off of your teammate rather than play for them.
Yeah, it seems like as far as pacing goes, the Outlaws are more favored as well when it's a quicker pace, Jay, rather than the Flames, and that's probably in relation to the rotation you were just speaking about.
Exactly. When you play quickly against a team that's struggling in rotation, they're often crossed up themselves, and they don't have the greatest ability to recover out of that line into a spot where they can challenge the space more effectively because they're so condensed in already on the play. So as that game speeds up, as the balls get further and further away, the team that's pushing up and getting their rotations with their teammate caught together often find themselves chasing the play quite a bit.
Now, let's see if they can adjust in game number 4. They do not want to go on match point here. Again, the Flames, the reigning and defending Academy League champions from season number 9, they're 2 losses away from having to watch the finals. And as we crown a new champion, we'll see if the Outlaws can do the deed and put out the reigning champions. The Outlaws and the Flames, game 4 underway right now. Flames need a win. Outlaws want one to try to shorten this series as much as possible. This is going to be left wing side. Vague can't put it home right away. Bippers tries to follow it up, and the Outlaws are going to live to tell about it as that one will get sent back into the Flames corner. Up is going to be Vague. Back to midfield. Follows it up the sidewall, gets the play to keep it in front of him, but not too far in front of him as he'll win the challenge. Bounce in front. There is Vague, but a little bit late to the party. He'll try to keep the possession alive for the Flames. Bippers there. The double pinch play by the Outlaws is going to send it back towards the sidewall and across midfield as we restart again. Hard off the back. That's in front. Nose. Fire. Scores! That is great from Slappy, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Outlaws.
Pavic dunking the clear by Vague. Bippers is following that and unfortunately doesn't get the height needed on the clearance. Slappy comes back around from the midfield rotation. The Outlaws, the first game that they've scored first all series long, and it's an important one as they have the 2-1 lead.
45 seconds in. Outlaws score for the first time this series. They score first. They just kept scoring last, which is why they have a 2-1 lead. Slappy in front. That went with an orange trail. Looks like Vague got a piece of it, but not a great piece. Bippers keeps it left wing. Pavic is there. Pass into the middle. Flames going to try to take advantage of this. Vague is there, has the angle, and he puts it home. Tie game, a minute 10 in.
Great pick in the middle there by Vague. Bippers did a great job as well, challenging Pavic on the pass. Caught Slappy completely out of boost right along the Flames box in front of the net. Vague does a good job on the recovery as well. Gets all four wheels back down. Gets on the outside of that ball to keep it goalward. And the Flames keep this one close. It's a 1-1 game.
It's going to be off the sidewall. Outlaws trying to take advantage of the Plinko in front of the Flames net. Right there. Pavic can't put it home. That's a mistake. Slappy waiting defensively on his own boost orb, and it's going to be up the back wall as he's able to take advantage, take the ball, fly over the ball, and the Outlaws might have a chance offensively here to make this work. Vague and Bippers, not a lot of communication there, both of them going after the same ball. They're going to live to tell about it, though. Vague puts this one hard towards the Outlaws net, looking for the double. Touched away by Pavic. 3:10 to go. Pavic there. Empty net scores. Give the Outlaws a 2-1 lead one more time.
A little bit too much by the Flames here as Vague puts that one behind their teammate into the onrushing Pavic, who pretty much was just following through on the play. Almost didn't have anything to do with it till the ball appears in front of them, and it's almost a gift wrapped up by the Flames for the Outlaws. Here, it's your birthday, and it's a 2-1.
Here, it's your birthday. I like it. Bippers back hard towards the Outlaws net. Still there, right wing side. Looking to turn it, but he's going to meet the business end of a demo. He'll have to wait 3 seconds to go again. Off the ceiling. Right wing side. Bippers going to lose the race to this ball. It'll bounce top of the box. Up is Slappy. They need it. Off the left post. And that might create a runner back the other way. Flames have a chance to tie this game. It's going to go up the ramp. Still set up an opportunity. Vague is going to fly above the ball. Up is Bippers. Gets the 50 to keep the possession in their offensive end as the Flames try to recover the ball, but give the possession right back to the Outlaws. 2:25 to go. 2-1 contest. Back towards midfield. Slappy back in. Tries to get a second touch. It'll bounce off the intersection straight down. Pavic towards the net, far side. Not going to go. Goes by Bippers into the near side corner. Flick up and over one from Vague. Off the top of the car over midfield. That's a chance in front. Top of the box. Bipper is going to put this deep on a boomer. Off the trunk. Offensive corner for the Flames. Vague is going to miss the challenge. Chance in front for the Outlaws, but it'll fly by the offensive player. Minute 43 to go. 2-1 contest. Flames still trying to work towards tying this game. Slappy trying not to let him. Hard off the post. In his Pavic. He's going to put this wide as well. Outlaws, one of their best chances to ice this game 4. Couldn't do it there.
A couple of near misses for the Outlaws on that Flames goal. Is they've struggled a little bit throughout this series to make those chances count. The Flames, for all of their struggles defensively, for all of their struggles in rotation, they've been let off by the Outlaws' play and their inability to score. Pavic, a weak shot. Vague able to duck the demo and get away from that one as well.
Minute 6 left. Pinch play sends it side to side, wall to wall. Up is Vague. He'll fly by the ball on the near side wall. Bippers needs a clear. That's going to play laterally. A pass in front goes a little bit wide of the target. Flames might be able to follow this. Vague trying to recover, does nicely. Hard off the back. The second touch is a good one, but it's a little wide of Bippers. Puts it a little bit wide of the intended target. He's not able to turn it towards the net. That's going to plink off the sidewall. Oh, and a try for the demo. Big brain plays from Vague, but the avoidance on it was better, as this is back towards midfield with 30 seconds to go. Hard off the corner, and the Outlaws have possession again. The Flames wasting time, valuable time, as they try to get even.
At least they're in the right end of the field to try and waste the time, as they've got the Outlaws under pressure. They've got them in transition here as it's a low bounce. Vague trying it from the parking lot of the aerial pre-jump, but not enough speed on that one. The final 10 ticks here. The Outlaws just about away from this 3-1 series lead as they put this one back to the end. Slappy will put it past. It'll fall down here momentarily into the net off the Plinko play. And the Outlaws one game away now from reversing their fortunes last season. They put the Flames on match point.
That's a big win to get if you are the Outlaws. Don't let the Flames breathe. And that's exactly what the Flames were not able to do, able to muster one single goal. They had multiple chances, but very good rotations, very good communications from the Outlaws, able to keep the pace at the Outlaws level, and they were able to take full advantage.
It's funny, you talk about not letting the Flames breathe, and that's exactly how you tend to snuff out a fire, Curtis.
I like it. I like it. That's pretty good. That goes right along with our conversation pieces about the Flames last time you and I casted together. Good work. We're just about to get into game number 5. It's a 3-1 series lead in favor of the Outlaws. They're one win away from punching one of 2 available tickets to the Academy League Championship game. If you guys are just joining us, missed a pretty good competitive series so far. I'm Curtis. That's Jay on the other side of me. We have one more, at least, in this series before we move in to champion or until the other Academy League final, conference final, blue conference final. I can't speak today. That's fine. But either way, we've got more coming for you tonight. Regardless of where this one ends, we'll have both tickets punched at the end of these 2 series.
If you're the Flames right now, now is the time to take these last 60 seconds and dial into what you need to do a little bit more efficiently, and that's rotations. Bippers, a couple of times coming back, got right through the line that Vague could have taken on the clear, and it let the Outlaws' pressure manifest in front of their goal and led to a lot of those 7 shots on goal in that last game. From this kickoff, the Flames have to get themselves spaced out. They have to get the rotations right. They have to support one another to find those chances and convert them to try and force the next game.
Well, we'll see if they can extend the series. Outlaws trying to put it away. They know they are 5 minutes away, potentially. Bippers with the initial save, going to have possession. No challenge coming. He's going to put it too far out in front of him, though. That could be a problem. Something that's been fairly consistent with the Flames' play, as this one will plink off the back wall, is they've been way too keen to give up possession when they have space, and that's something they definitely need to correct.
It's been mostly Bippers, I've found, that off the first touch, there seems to be this tendency to hit the ball hard in a direction without any real challenge. That one drilled off the post on the infield play. They can't get turned around on it to find the power, and Bippers committing to that. Now the Flames, again, rotating with each other, fighting for the same boost pads. They lose that pressure that they had manifesting in front of the Outlaws' net. They let the Outlaws recover, and they miss a great chance to take the lead here.
One and done opportunities, quickest thing that can kill you in a best of 7 series. This will be hard off the sidewall. Bippers is there. Puts it up into the air in a tough spot. Pavic trying to take advantage. Good save from Vague. Bippers is already downfield. Slappy puts it off his own sidewall. It's going to bounce on top of Bippers. Bippers towards that Outlaws net. Reading it well is Pavic, and he will be responsible enough to get it out of frame and away from that dark net. Still in front. Vague is there. Gets demoed for his troubles, and Bippers can't finish it in time. The Outlaws survive again. 2 golden opportunities. None of them found the back of the net for the boys in orange.
Unfortunately for the Flames, Vague just presence on the ball for a little bit too long. Didn't really give Bippers the opportunity to commit. And as I say that, Bippers finds one out there. Pavic with a big stretching save and the dominance to tip it over the bar and keep the scores level at 0.
4 golden chances at least for the Flames. Maybe 5. This one finally finds the back of the net. Vague is a 1v2, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Orange guys.
That one had the potential to be very awkward for the Flames as Bippers came aggressively off the sideboards back towards the Flames side of the field. Vague turned aggressively, got it over both Outlaws players who were chasing that play very hard down that right offensive wing for them. And the Flames, they got the midfield presence they needed. They converted it into a goal, but they need to stretch this lead out. The Outlaws, they've come back every single time after the Flames have scored first.
Oh, that's a chance in front. It's going to be hard off the sidewall as well. Good bump as well by Vague. Not able to finish the job, grabs a side boost. Actually, he missed that side boost. That's hard to see. It's going to be left side there for the Outlaws. They're going to try to keep it in the offensive end. Vague, top of the box, has a 1v2. Slappy going back towards his own net. Able to touch it, but not good enough. Takes it back in frame. It's a 2-0 lead for the Flames.
Pavek's aggressive challenge on this one left Slappy no options there as Vague just got enough of that flick, with Slappy still shadowing back. The commit by Pavek not able to get any follow-up on that clear, and the Flames from goal to goal put themselves up by 2.
Coast to coast, post to post, 2-0 lead for the Fire Guys. This will be off the back wall. Outlaws trying to get one back. Chance in front for Pavek. Gets challenged near the top of the box. Slappy trying to turn this. Has it off the post. That's in front. Does it himself. Far side and wide. Nearly got that one home to get them back to within a goal. Not able to finish the job. Flames continue it downfield. Hard off the corner. Gets the fortunate bounce, but Slappy reads it well. He's going to have it back towards mid for the time being, but off the right bumper it goes. Flames try to get it cleared. Slappy tries for the cherry picker. Didn't quite get it done, and we're back to the right wing. Bippers again. Initial clear is good. Second clear, not so good. Outlaws still with a really good opportunity here. Flames bumping the ball around each other here. This is not what you want to see in a 2-0 game, the most dangerous lead in this game. Slappy keeps possession for the Outlaws. Pavek off the corner wall. Goes for the bump. Gets it right in front, and a great job by Bippers to recover in time. Then he's going to fly by the ball and not able to get it back downfield. Missed opportunity for the Flames, but it came off a really nice defensive play.
It was actually Vague with the save. Ducked the charge by Pavek, who goes straight back towards the Outlaws net as well, with that one falling down off the touch by Slappy. Pavek's been very aggressive to a number of plays for the Outlaws here, looking for those dump and bumps out of the corner, put the ball in front, then dive for the defender, but equally as aggressive back towards the Outlaws net. It's almost chaos. It's organized chaos, and unfortunately for the Outlaws this game, it's not paying off.
All of the organized chaos is the reason I love this game, because that's exactly what this is. Vega is going for it with the carry. He's going to find a way to put it home. Get them a 3-goal lead to possibly ice Game 4.
Little touch to pick that up at midfield. Predictably, Pavek goes through Bippers on that one and takes themselves away from the play. Slappy on the goal line is at the mercy of Vague, who puts it around the defender, and it's a 3-0 lead now for the Flames.
He went and kicked Vague right in the butt. He's had a different experience this game versus the first 3 that we've seen on stream. Left wing side, infield pass, Vague coming in. Oh, just a little bit late to the party. Bipper's still there to waste more time on the clock. 43 seconds left on that ticker. 2v1 back the other side. Slappy going to try to beat him to it. Not going to work, and we see some from the Outlaws that we saw from the Flames in the previous games. Vague is there, flies underneath it, not able to get that one done. Outlaws seem a little bit too tense in their play, putting it too far out in front of them and losing challenges when the possession is on the line.
It's the aggression by Pavek right now. It's been kind of stretching the Outlaws a little bit in the wrong directions, as Slappy's been forced to pick up a lot of the defensive slack with Pavek out of position on a number of these plays. And unfortunately for the Outlaws, it's going to put us here on a 2-2 series with the Flames commanding Game 4 from end to end. They tie it up at 2-2 with a 3-0 win.
Actually, 3-2 is what this will be, but either way, the Flames take the game. The Outlaws still have the Flames on match point, which is important to note. This series was 3-1 at one point. Now the Flames are 1 win away from forcing a decisive game number 7.
You know what happens when you make a pun, Curtis? I lose a memory, and I think I erased game 1 somewhere in there.
What happens. It's exactly what happens.
So much more pressure, though, out of the Flames on this one. Is they flip the script finally. They put 10 shots up on the Outlaws. They hold them to just 3 of their own back on the orange net, as Pavek was forced into 5 saves. And You struggle to remember a lot of them too, because as that game wore on, as it got a little bit more in the Flames' favor, it felt like Pavic was more and more out of position for the Outlaws defensively and relying a lot more on Slappy to do more of that work, to be in those positions, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But we go into game number 6 now, and the Flames need to continue what got them the win in game 5. That was making the Outlaws play in pressure situations. It seems like the pace kind of reversed there a bit. The Flames were the one to quicken the pace, and the Outlaws were not able to recover from that. And that's partly because that Vague got a lot more aggressive on those offensive rotations, and the Flames got better the longer that game went as far as their communication, as far as not running into each other for the most part. And that was the major difference.
It started with Bippers just getting that wider rotation away from Vague, letting Vague be a little bit more confident in challenging for the ball, knowing that there was a rotation to cover up. But equally as much, the Outlaws did themselves in that one, as Pavic tried harder and harder to make something happen in that game and force the Outlaws into more and more difficult situations defensively.
Well, Outlaws trying to immediately get strike number 1 on the board for game number 6. Slappy back towards the back wall. Taken away. Vague gets the demo on 1. That was Slappy who went down. Pavic has to play this defensively and does twice. Back to midfield it goes, and Vague will work with the catch. Has a one-on-one scenario. Has to try to dodge a demo from behind him and nearly won the pinch as well, but it didn't go his way. Outlaws back hard the other way. Pavic off the corner. Tries to follow. Does follow. Pounded into the middle. Slappy's there, but late to the party. Bipper's going to try to get the follow on this. Up for Vague. Vague's going to miss it, but it doesn't matter. Bipper's going to try to play this patiently on the goal line. It pitches away. That was very close to giving the Flames enough goals to win. We remain scoreless a minute in.
Bippers needed to just wait a little bit longer to let that ball roll a bit further so that the angle would present itself to tap that one along the goal line. It ended up there, but it was so much momentum off the ball, and the Outlaws did a great job to clear their lines and keep this one scoreless.
That's going to be Pavic going deep off this. Needs a double touch. Coming in, getting it crossways is going to be Vague. He'll follow it up. It plays towards the ceiling, which is not his strength. He'll wait for it to come down, eventually get the ground pinch back into Outlaws territory, where Pavic will wait patiently for it. Cross midfield. At the midfield stripe, it's challenged. Right there for Vague. Vague puts it deep into the Outlaws corner. Touched there by Slappy. Vague, far side and wide. Pavic will read it and get it up in the air. It'll shave the ceiling and eventually come down in the Flames' end, where Bippers will then challenge into the defensive side. Pavic, top of the box. Bippers is there. He'll get contact to put it away, but not far enough. That's an empty net to shoot at. They can't recover that. It's going to find its way home, and the Outlaws have enough goals to win. It's 1-0.
Off the bump by Pavic in front there. Bippers got the first clear, but there was no follow-up as Vague was looking for boost, hunting pads, hunting anything, and ended up leaving the shooting lane wide open for Slappy, who didn't need to do much, just kept it low, kept it on target. And the Outlaws, they finally find a breakthrough.
Sometimes playing without boost is absolutely difficult. In that point, you got to realize when to stay home. Off the sidewall. Flames got to get in and tie this game up if they can. Hard off the corner. Slappy with the touch, but it's not great. It's still in front. Vague gonna try to beat him. Oh! Pavic goes right down the middle, and the Flames part like the Red Sea. It's 2-0.
Not quite sure what happened on this one as Vague turned around. Bippers was already aggressively positioned at midfield. Someone just had to track back on that one. Neither Flames player wanting to do so. And unfortunately for them, Pavic puts them on either side of the net and puts it straight home to double the lead.
Don't look now. The Outlaws starting to figure things out in this game 6, looking for a third goal. This is going to be up in the air, hard off the back. Defensive touch is a good one by Bippers. It'll get it in the corner. Getting in front. Vague goes hard towards the back wall. It bounces off the corner again. Touched by Slappy. Winning the lateral touch is going to be Bippers. Pavic in a tough spot. Good defensive play, though. Good confidence to get up and take that one away. Flames have possession. 30 boosts in a dream for Bippers there as he puts it into the corner. Towards the net. That's not going to go. Vague waiting on it. He'll wait. Gets the ground pinch. The carry! Got it! And we're within a goal. It's 2:02 to go and a 2-1 lead.
Massive goal for the Flames as Vague recognizes the Outlaws had a weak clear, picks it up, baits out the first challenge, and unfortunately Slappy had too much faith in the teammate. By the time they recognize Vague's over the top, there's no way to defend it, and the Outlaws, their lead cut to 1 as the Flames strike back.
Nasty carry at a perfect time for the Flames to get him back within 1 strike. Here come the Outlaws, up and over 1. Gets the touch, towards the net, oh, it's right in front. Havoc is there! It's bar down and cleared away. The Flames able to keep the sheet clean in that particular scenario, but man, it looked like it should have been a goal.
Well, they're going to need to raise the cost on the contract for the crossbar after this one if they get out of it.
It's going to be hard towards the back wall. Havoc gets the touch, Flames trying to keep it in. Challenge coming in. Vague is there. Up is Bippers. Bippers gonna beat him to the ball, but it doesn't matter. It's too hard against the back wall. Vague gets it played laterally. Bippers! Oh, he puts it in! Tie game with 1:16 to go.
Great pressure by the Flames as the first touch by Vague left an easy clear for Pavic. Didn't do enough with it, unfortunately. It bounced out for Bippers on the rotation. Slappy challenging, but can't get a touch. And the Flames, they tie it up. It's 1:16 to go, and the Flames need every goal to stay alive.
No closer to choosing a winner in Game 6, Game 7 potentially on the horizon if the Flames can find a way to put one more potentially in. Vague gonna put this back towards midfield. Off of the nose of Slappy. It's going to bounce off the corner and eventually come down. That's going to go up the back ramp. Chance for the Flames to do something here. Vague towards the net. Oh, where's Bippers at? A little bit late to the party. He's back in midfield. He gets bumped. This could be an opportunity for the Outlaws, and it gets sent right at Vague, who's then going to remove it from play. Back across midfield. Bippers, the bounce. Didn't get contact on it, unfortunately. Nearly put that one home, but the Outlaws survive.
Just needed to wait a little bit. Bippers would have been able to pick off that loose ball in front of the Outlaws net as great chances at either end. Slappy's going to launch that long. It's a foot race between Vague and Pavic. Vague will take it to the corner and keep this one alive for the Flames.
Which player of these 4 is going to be immortalized in MLE playoff lore? We've been doing this for about 5 calendar years. Somebody is going to be a hero in this series. It's going to be off the back. It's Bippers. He scores. 12 seconds left in Game 6. It's a 3-2 lead.
First touch past the challenge of Slappy, then a second one identical to go past Pavic, and Bippers keeps the head, taps it in from the top of the box. The Flames from 2-0 down, 12 seconds away from forcing Game 7.
1 goal lead for the Flames. Outlaws trying to get the ball back and keep it in the Flames' end. Time continues to tick away. Bippers in the air, off the corner. That's going to be Slappy. If he can carry this, they might be able to do this. It's still in the air. Oh, great challenge in midfield. And Bippers sends us to Game 7.
What a challenge by Bippers. Recognized that Vague was up on that play. Had to challenge that as Slappy, 0 seconds left on the clock, had it on the roof of the Fennec, but no speed. It let Bippers be the hero once more. And for the Flames, 3-1 down in the series. It's 3-3. It's a best of 1 to decide who goes on to represent the Orange Conference next week in the MLE Academy League Championship Series.
Jay and chat, I am absolutely shaking. I can only imagine what all 4 of the players on this field are feeling at this particular moment. In the biggest game, potentially, that these guys have played in their Rocket League career, Game 7 in the Orange Conference Finals with a championship berth on the line. This is nuts. This is exactly what MLE is about. Get yourselves strapped in. It's going to be a fun one. 5 minutes will decide who is going to punch the 1 ticket to the championship game for the Academy League in 1 week's time.
Pick your side, channel your energy, grab onto your seats, and get ready to go. We're a couple seconds away from the last 5 minutes of Rocket League in this series, barring overtime, and I'm not picking a winner. I want to see who's going to take it home.
No, you won't find me picking a winner. No caster's curse coming from this booth. Simple, keep your mouth shut as well. We're about ready to go. Game number 7 is about to get underway. Players are in position. It's the Flames and the Outlaws for the right to live on with their season in tow. One of these 2 teams' seasons ends in the next 5 minutes of gameplay. We have a countdown on screen in just a second. There it is. We are underway with Game 7 of the Orange Conference Final. Immediately towards the sidewall. Bippers, the hero from Game 6, puts it into the Outlaws' end. Goes up the corner wall. Back across midfield. Outlaws have a chance here, and that is going to be into the corner. Flames have a chance to recover defensively, but not for long. Pavic is there. Pounces it in front. They score! It's going to be Slappy getting the Outlaws on the board first. It's 1-0.
Pavic's aggressive offensive rotation picks that off from Veg, who was a little slow to challenge that in the corner, and unfortunately for Bippers, came back out in front for the Outlaws and couldn't cut off the near post. Slappy just gets that Fennec in the way, drills that one in off the 50, and the Outlaws strike first.
19 seconds into game 1. Game 7 might actually be able to do this again. Pavic gives them a 2-goal lead. 26 seconds in now.
Quick face-off goes right at Bipper's face in that infield area for the Flames, and neither Flames player can recover on that. When it was loose, it stayed out in front, and Pavic just driving onto it, taps it into the cage. The Flames reeling after the emotion of forcing Game 7. They'll need to settle down and recover on this one.
Well, we've seen 2-goal leads in this series disappear before. Pavic's going to play this laterally, not where he wanted it. It's going to go right at Vague. Vague turns and misses. Bippers needs a save. He's not going to get it. And that's going to find its way home. That is play of the week material. And Pavic, the one-man demolition derby, gives him a 3-goal lead.
Vague trying to turn on that, couldn't do it, and Pavic just followed through, took Bippers out of the equation. 3 goals in 40 seconds for the Outlaws. They don't want to go down in MLE history after giving up a 3-1 lead. They'll take Game 7 early here to a 3-0 game.
That's going to be Bippers. Defensively needs to play this off his own back wall. Pavic, laterally. Chance in front for Slappy. Pavic, I should say. He's going to wait in front. Good challenge in front of that net. Drops in front again and wide of the intended target. A minute gone. In Game 7, Flames need a goal and they need one quick. Slappy's going to win that challenge. Seen a lot of action in this orange end at the moment. Played laterally. How about Bippers? Right in front. Hard off the back. That's going to be a chance for Bippers to possibly play this, but he's a little bit too far ahead of the play, and he's going to put this to his side, and then they have to recover defensively in the Flames' end. Minute 20 in. Hard off the ceiling. It'll eventually come down. Into the corner it goes again. Bippers in a tough spot. Hard off the back. That's going to be in front for Slappy. Towards the net, but not enough on it, and that is going to be Bippers with the clear initially. Back to midfield we go. 3:19 to go. Off the sidewall. Pavic will wait. Plays it patiently. Loses the challenge. Slappy on his own back wall. Will boost into this off the nose. Oh, Vague with a shot. He's going to put it in off the defender. Get them back to within 2. It's 3-1.
The Flames finally setting down a little bit. They let the Outlaws try to do a bit too much here defensively. Pavic real narrow to that play. Vague puts the ball directly at the nose of the Dominus, but it's enough to go goalward. That's an important goal for the Flames. They need it to get something going here as they cut the lead to 2.
2 goals is not nearly as intimidating as 3. Pavic trying to wait out Bippers there. Vague trying to wait out Pavic there. That didn't work. There comes the nice challenge. That's going to laterally bounce for Vague. Vague is there. He needs it. He's not going to get it. That's going to be into the corner offensively. Flames still with the chance. That challenge is going to put it across the midfield line. Catching and taking with him is Vague. Up the sidewall he goes. Trying to keep it with him. He's going to fly by it. Slappy with the follow. The second touch isn't going to happen. It'll be in the defensive side for him. Waiting. Pavic losing the challenge. Bippers, not a lot of boost to his credit currently. Vague, also not a lot of boost. Flames on offense, not a lot of boost to go around. This could hurt them defensively. Bippers in a tough spot. Gets the challenge he needs. Vague has the ball. Not a challenge coming his way yet. Trying to beat Slappy to it, and Slappy turns and gets it sent away. Down to the last 2:09 of what could be either of these teams' season 10s. This is going to be in front. The turn and fire is not going to go as Bippers has possession. No challenge coming, at least for the time being.
Big opportunity, though, for Bippers as the 50 goes out from Slappy in front of the net. And Pavic, again with that aggressive positioning on the rotation, getting the bump out of the Flames end and then chasing the play back. And Bippers inexplicably in front of Vague. We talked about this earlier in this series for the Flames as the rotations, they don't give each other enough space. Bippers, though, will take it to the house, chips 2, and the Flames bring it to within 1.
In the dictionary, you will find midfield pass or infield pass in the picture of this play right here. That is gorgeous. Yes, they were scrambling at the midfield line, but they were able to recover beautifully. The Flames are within a goal with 96 seconds to play.
It's all you can ask for after giving up 3 inside the first minute.
This is going to be a play for Slappy. Back towards midfield. Bippers off the lateral wall. Slappy's going to defer. It's Pavic going deep with this. Vague needs a touch. Needs a better touch than that, though. He's going to try to get in front of it and does. Puts it sideways towards the corner wall. Only a goal separating these teams with 90 seconds left. Now 75 seconds left. Across midfield goes Bippers. Going to try to bait the touch. Great defensive play from Slappy. That's going towards the empty net. And it's home. Coast to coast. Corner to goal. That gives him a 2-goal lead.
Huge touch by Slappy to put this up towards the intersection. The Flames have absolutely no read on that. It's 2 touches and then all the way back into the orange net. The Outlaws, they stem the momentum of the Flames and they restore the 2-goal lead at 4-2.
65 seconds to go. Flames need 2. They need 1 first. Across midfield, Pavic with the catch. Going to put it out in front of him. Ticks more time off the clock. Bounces it off the corner. Reading that is Bippers. Bippers going to try to get another touch. Tries the doink. It goes towards the sidewall instead of the middle. Still has it with him. That's on target. Oh, it's crossbar and down. They score. 46 seconds left and it's 4-3.
Needed to get one back, did the Flames, and Bippers did well to recover on this one. The first touch was awkward, but it threw the Outlaws off. No pressure to track that down in the corner, and Bippers rolls it up, down under the bar and in, and the Flames stay within 1.
46 seconds left. Flames need another one. The biggest goal. Will they have another opportunity for another hero in the orange? It'll shave the ceiling. Challenge up above the midfield line. Bippers has control, sends it deep into the Outlaws' end. The angle's there. They score! Bippers again ties the game up with 30 seconds left.
Huge aerial 50 between the 2 players, left Bippers one-on-one against Slappy. Couldn't read it off the backboard, could Slappy. Bippers waited it out, puts it goalward, puts the Flames on their back, and within 30 seconds of forcing OT in Game 7.
100% Jay, you and I are going to have you're not going to have a voice left after this series is done. Slappy into the middle. Bippers off the nose is going to drop right on top of Vague. Vague towards midfield. Slappy's in a tough spot, puts it wide of his own net. Now with 15 seconds left, the Outlaws trying to recover. Bippers takes that one away, puts it too far out in front of him, right at Vague. Vague's going to pop this up in the air. It'll hit the ceiling and eventually come down right towards Pavic. He plays it defensively towards his own sidewall. Hard off the back. That's in front. Vague scores! He's going to send the Flames into the Orange Conference Championship.
Somehow this ball stays alive off the back. It bounces up in the last second. Pavic without boost, and Vague turns it home. The Flames 3-0 down. Inside 40 seconds, they come back. They win Game 7 by a score of 5-4.
The Academy League champion now, the Academy League Championship now has 1 ticket punch. It belongs to the Flames after a 0-hero goal from Vague Visions. The Flames come back from 3-0 down in Game 7 to do the job. What a showcase for the Academy League in this series, as that series was really in doubt from the word go.
I've got nothing left after that. I'm gonna let you go back to talking for a second, Curtis, because I need a moment. I need a moment to process what just happened here, because somehow, some way, that ball stayed alive and Vague put it home the best way possible, just up and off the pitch. And the Outlaws are, I don't know, I don't want to be anywhere near those guys, because my heart goes out to them. They did everything they possibly could to take that home. They were up 3-0, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left into this game. They had everything going in their favor, and somehow, some way, the Flames found a way.
I mentioned 5 years that MLE has been a thing, that we've had series and playoffs and championships, and that one was absolutely an instant classic. There is no doubt about it in my mind. That one is going to go into MLE lore as one of the best series you will ever see in its history. But a great series all told by the Flames, a great series on display by the Outlaws as well, who came very close to being able to do the job. But the Flames, not enough can be said about the effort that they showed. They were down. They did not give up. They were able to get that done. We're working on getting one of the Flames in here for an interview. We're waiting on confirmation for that before we end the talk about it. But whoever the other team is going to be in the championship, which we'll determine here in a bit, it is going to be a tough draw against a Flames team that's riding that much momentum that they just created for themselves.
Think about momentum, too. The Flames had to come into this one after losing their top salaried player in DV 2890 after last week's performance to see them through to this round of the playoffs. And
right.
For them to dig deep, for them to get that kind of performance out of Vague and Bippers on this one here, they forced themselves to come back from 3-1 down in the series. The Outlaws had 3 cracks at match point on this one, and somehow, some way, could not find the chances they needed to close this one out. Pavic doing everything they could to be a disruptive force, and it was effective for so many stretches, but as soon as the Flames adapted to that, as soon as their touches were solid, then they were struggling because Pavic was out of boost and out of position, forcing Slappy into tough spots.
Yeah, we have an interview coming, working on getting who it is. And, okay, it is going to be one of the heroes, as there's a couple of them on that team, and I'm sure the Flames voice chat is going nuts. We are going to welcome in Bippers for this particular interview. As Bippers, first of all, congratulations. What a comeback for you guys. Did you have a moment in your mind during that series that said, you know what, this is something we cannot do, or was it 100% full go the entire time, no doubt?
Thank you so much. And no, 100% of the time we had it. We really believed we had it. You know, even especially after game one, we won game one, and we said, "Oh, we're gonna win this easy." When after we lost all 3 games, we were like, "All right, you know, we've made comebacks bigger than this." You know.
It's always the slippery slope, but you guys found traction to get up that, Jay.
Let's talk about comebacks for a second, though. Sorry to interrupt you, Bippers, but sure. In Game 7, you give up the first 3 inside 40 seconds, and it felt like things were a bit of a struggle between you and Vague to get things settled down. Were there any comms to try and settle that down, or is it just more of that self-belief that, you know, we're down 3-0, we can still score?
At all. It was not settling down. We were like screaming and yelling in the mic at each other, just going insane, you know. After when we were down 3 goals, you know, we both felt like the morale go down, but like, you know, each goal we got after that, it was just like clockwork. Once we got that first goal, we're like, all right, we got this, no problem.
That's pretty good. Okay, so take me through Game 6 and Game 7. You had the goals that essentially tied the game, and also in Game 6 you had the goal, of course, to send us into Game 7. What did you see? I'm gonna talk about the Game 7 tying goal. Did you see something special in what the Outlaws were doing that you could take advantage of, or was it just a matter of play fast, hit ball, win game?
It was. I know it sounds stupid, but it was all play fast, hit ball. Like we were talking about it during the series, and we're like, we don't know what to do. Their armor is like, it feels impenetrable, but we have to like break through the cracks on every single goal, and we just did that. That's all we did for the whole series, and it worked out.
2 more questions, and I'll let you go. Yep, go ahead.
I said that it was fast. It wasn't pretty Rocket League, but it was fast. It was messy, and it was exciting to watch. And you know, talk me through this now. You get to sit and watch the rest of this series. Is there an opponent you're looking forward to playing between the Hurricanes or the Hive out of the Blue Conference?
Oh, definitely the Hurricanes. Actually, the Hurricanes are the only team we've been scrimming against because, not to be rude, but they're the team that we're worried the most about. Like every other team, we really felt like we could beat them. But this game really showed us that, like, oh man, we got to practice some more.
You got any last second shout outs before we let you go?
Shout out to Vague. He, you know, I'm here on the interview, but he's the one who carried me through that whole entire set. You know, without him, we wouldn't have been anywhere. And shout out to Fitz too, great GM.
Huge love for all the Flames, and get back into your VC, celebrate with your team. We'll see you next week as one of the 2 teams in the Academy League Championship Series. Congrats to you and to Vague and to the rest of the Flames. We'll see you in 7 days' time.
Thank you so much.
Yep, and that is Bippers. Thank you to him, and thank you to the rest of the Flames and the Outlaws as well for a fantastic series in series number 1. But Jay, we have one more ticket to punch to get ourselves to the Academy League Championship. The Hurricanes and the Hive up next. Let's preview that a little bit and send it to break.
That one is another battle of 1 versus 2 seeds coming out of the Blue Conference, as the Hurricanes winning the Storm division, outlasting their opposition at this point. The Hive got through a couple of tough series as well, coming in as the Sky Division champions into this one, and I think you and I are looking forward to it, as the Hive actually outlasted the reverse sweep potential last week in another pretty good series in the playoffs here, but we'll see how they fare in a best of 7. And you know what they say, Curtis, we've gone through a ton of really good plays this week. Make sure you guys have all clipped them. Send them to us on Twitter at MLE Sports GG, hashtag MLEPOTW. I think if everyone's got that 0-second Game 7 winner clip, that one's probably winning, but clip them all anyway. Send them to us. Winner each week getting a case of balls shipped to their doorstep free of charge by our friends at balls.com. You can get your case shipped free as well. Code MLE at checkout, balls.com. And a big welcome as well to our new sponsors this week, Curtis. Yes. I see you telling you to wait, but a big shout out to our new sponsors this week. Ballchasing.gg and Forge Coaching, 2 great tools to help up your Rocket League game and analysis and coaching. Check them out too. Forge Coaching as well, giving away, I believe, 100% code. If you're in our community already, check out the entry form in our Discord in the League Announcements channel to get yourself in on that giveaway. But with that, Curtis, we're going to send it to a break. When we come back, one final ticket to the through the Blue Conference into the MLE Championship Series next week. You're watching the MLE Season 10 playoffs here live on Twitch.tv.